The Blackwood Asylum. No one leaves alive. It started as a game, a stupid, reckless dare. 5 friends, Ethan, Jake, Mia, Olivia, and Ben, stood at the rusted gates of Blackwood Asylum, a crumbling, abandoned mental hospital that had been left to rot for decades. The stories about this place were endless. Doctors who performed twisted experiments, patients who vanished without a trace, whispers of something inhuman lurking in the shadows. No one's ever spent a full night inside, Jake smirked, holding up his phone. We break in, stay till dawn, and we go viral. Mia hesitated. I don't know, guys. This place, it feels wrong. But the others had already started climbing the fence. The night swallowed them whole as they stepped inside. The asylum was colder than it should have been, the air thick with dust and the scent of decay. Their flashlights barely cut through the suffocating darkness. Old patient files littered the floor, detailing bizarre, inhuman treatments. Then came the first sign, a faint whisper. Did you hear that? Olivia's voice shook. They turned, their lights catching a wheelchair that hadn't been there before, slowly rocking back and forth. Ben laughed nervously. Wind, right? Then the wheelchair lurched forward on its own. The doors that move. They pushed deeper into the asylum, the walls peeling like burned skin, the silence suffocating. Every time they turned a corner, the hallway seemed to shift, as if the building was changing around them. This wasn't here before, Ethan muttered, staring at a rusted steel door that now blocked their way. They turned back. But the hallway behind them was gone. Just endless, stretching darkness. Panic settled in. We have to go back, Mia screamed. Then the lights flickered, and the screams began. The patients never left. A figure stood in the distance. A man in a torn hospital gown, his mouth stitched shut, his head twitching unnaturally. Behind him, dozens of others emerged, their hollow eyes fixed on the intruders. Then the whispers returned. Not from the patients. From the walls. The asylum itself was speaking. You shouldn't have come. Jake ran first. The others followed, their footsteps echoing in the endless corridors. The figures didn't chase them, but every time they looked back, they were closer. The operating room. They found themselves in an old surgery room, metal tables covered in rusted restraints. The stench of something rotting filled the air. On the wall, a list of names was carved into the concrete. Their names were there. The last name, Ethan, was still being carved by an invisible force. We have to get out now! But the door slammed shut. The hands in the dark. The lights went out. Then the sound of nails scraping the walls. A whisper, inches from Ethan's ear. You are part of us now. Hands grabbed them from the darkness, pulling them back. They screamed, kicked, fought, but one by one, they were dragged away. She stumbled backward, falling through an open doorway. The second she crossed the threshold, she was outside. The asylum was silent again, as if nothing had happened. Her friends were gone. And the doors of Blackwood Asylum were locked once more. Olivia returned with the police the next morning. The asylum was empty. No signs of her friends. No evidence they had ever been there. Except for the names on the wall. All of them had been carved in completely. And below them, one more name was slowly appearing. But that night, in her room, she heard it again. You belong to us now.